DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hey, welcome to FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. I'm Jim Sinacropi inside the FingerLakes1.com studios here in Seneca Falls, New York. And today we welcome Hilary, Fenner, and Paul Garrett. Hilary is an executive director of the Skaneateles Area Chamber of Commerce. Paul is president of the Finger Lakes chapter of the Antique and Classic Boat Society. Couple of events coming up this month in Skaneateles, summer in Skaneateles. Skaneateles is great in all seasons, also spectacular in the summer right there on the northern shore of Skaneateles Lake. So we'll be talking about those two events and what's going on in Skaneateles. So it should be a great show here to kick off July here on FLX Weekly. But first, this episode is brought to you by Rock Industrial LLC. Rock Industrial LLC is a family-owned business in Rochester, New York that provides expert industrial machinery repair services, offering cost-effective solutions for control systems, drives, and servo motors, all backed by a 2-year warranty. They also stock thousands of new, used, and refurbished parts in their ISO-certified facility that you can pick up today to keep your machines moving. Check them out at www.rocindustrial.com. And also, Weston Company Diamonds and Jewelry in Auburn. Full-service, family-owned jewelry store serving Auburn and the surrounding communities. Check them out online at westoncompany.com or stop in and browse their selections at 10 Genesee Street in downtown Auburn. Weston Company, crafting fine jewelry since 1982. Paul and Hilary, welcome back to the show. It's a good to the studio and the show. You were on, I think, a couple years ago. Glad to have you back. I love Skaneateles. My wife and I, at least a couple times a month, make our way over for dinner. And July is a big month for Skaneateles because there's so much going on. And I guess we'll start out, Hilary, with the Skaneateles Curbstone Festival and Sidewalk sales on July 10th and 12th. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from that event.
Absolutely. Well, first off, thank you, Jim, for having us back to the studio. We love being here, and we're excited to let everyone know what's happening in July in Skaneateles. And really, it's a lot. I mean, we've got the Curbstone Festival July 10th through the 12th. So that's coming up next Thursday, which will be really exciting. Mm-hmm. What it is that it features all of our amazing downtown merchants who have so many amazing products and are loved by so many, lots of boutiques, products that you can't get anywhere else. And we have a lot of vendors that don't have brick and mortar stores that are able to come out. So what you get is about 50 plus businesses that are out on the streets of Skaneateles. I almost think of it as like a street fair for shopping and boutique shopping. And a lot of it is locally made products. So it's people who run their own businesses and they're making a lot of the products. So, artists, crafters, all of that exciting stuff. But that's not all. We've got entertainment for the kids. We have the Jackman twins who come out. They do magic shows. They do balloon hats and balloon animals. They are amazing, and it's really, really a fun activity for the kids who are attending the event and the families that are there. So we're excited for that. While you're there, you kind of can't miss going to some of the great restaurants. You alluded to it, but we're very lucky to have a significant number of options. So whether it's Mexican, Asian, Italian, American, we've got it all. Everything. So you really, really can't go wrong. While you're there, we always recommend that you try Mid-Lakes Boat Cruise if you haven't been out recently, or even if you have. They are it's under new ownership in the past few years, and they've really done a great job of updating the tours that they do, and so you can get a lot of history and information and sustainability information about Skaneateles Lake when you take one of those. So they do sightseeing, lunch cruises, dinner cruises, the works. And we've also got the library book sale that happens at the same time. So basically what happens is throughout the year, people donate books that they've already read, and we have a huge 4-day sale for the library. So that's going to be happening right on Fennel Street during the same time as the Curbstone Festival. So we're excited. There's really something for everyone. So whether you're looking for local art, you're looking for boutique clothing, you're looking for kids gear, we have Sriracha Q's coming with their hot sauces. You really can't go wrong. There's something for everyone. And it's a great way to get out with friends and family and really just enjoy a summer weekend in Skaneateles.
And that's all next weekend, the 10th through the 12th, Thursday through Sunday?
Yeah, Thursday through
Saturday.
Yep,
Thursday through
yep.
Saturday.
So it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's going to be open 9 to 6 Thursday and Friday, and 9 to 5 on Saturday. So for all the people who really love getting a discount and are good shoppers, I really recommend you come out Thursday morning, because people will start lining up at all of their favorite stores to try and get the best deals. So it's a great chance to really snag that item you've been looking at a discount.
Yeah, I mentioned my wife and I love to go over for dinner, and sometimes we go with groups of friends, but it's always nice to, especially this time of year, to, go a couple hours early and hang out downtown, browse some of the shops, and, sit by the lake. As you mentioned, you could hop on Mid-Lakes. Is it Mid-Lakes?
You got it.
Mid-Lakes boat tours, and which we haven't done, but you just dropped a seed in my head and maybe for next time. Have a drink at the Sherwood, or what's the tavern right on the corner? Lake
House Pub.
Lake House.
You
Yeah,
got
Lake
it.
House is
Yep.
a great place too. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's a slice of Americana here in the summer, and the shops are great. A couple of my favorites. There's a custom leather bag store.
Yes, the local branch right on Jordan Street.
Yeah, that's great. And then also like a kitchen.
Yes, rhubarb. Yep.
And a pet store.
Lucky Dogs and Aristocats and Dogs. We have two.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically there's a big variety, and these aren't like chain stores. These are like locally owned, custom, locally, source type of stuff, and so it's fun. It's great to walk around, and then and all the restaurants we go to, with the exception of maybe Rosalie's, which is up the road, are in walking distance are right in downtown. So it does make for a great time. And so for the Curbstone Festival and Sidewalk sales, it's just kind of like the same thing, except really amped up, right? A lot more.
Yes, exactly. It's a wonderful excuse to come out. I've already texted lots of friends, and I've mentioned to my family, and we're planning, where we're going to go and what we're going to do. So I just tell people get there early. Something cool that we're offering this year is we're going to have a free shuttle. So for anyone who's been to Skaneateles in the summer, they know that it can get a little crazy downtown, and we want to make sure that people don't feel any stress or anxiety in trying to get to the event. So people are more than welcome to park at it's the lower lot of the high school, which is right on East Street.
It's like 2 minutes away.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's 2 minutes away. And what we have is a free shuttle with First Student, which will take them right downtown to the municipal lot, which is right back where Doug's Fish Fry is. So they'll be able to do that. And that's thanks to the Sherwood Inn and Appetites. They sponsored that for both Curbstone and the boat show. So for anyone who's coming who has, feels stressed about trying to find a parking spot, that is going to be a really quick and efficient option. Parking is free and the shuttle is free. So
I also feel that massive improvements have been made over the past 10 years, say, for parking. We never have problem parking. Now, if you come for one of the bigger festivals, maybe you would want to take advantage of the shuttle. But on your average days, even though there's a lot of people and the lots are pretty full, we can always find a spot, either on Route 5 or in the municipal lot behind the stores. It's pretty big. So, have a great time every time we come and try to make it up there on July 10th through 12th. But there's another event at the end of the month, which is becoming a summer staple, I guess, in Skaneateles. And Paul, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what we can expect for the Antique and Classic Boat Show this year. That's July 25th through 27th.
Correct. It's our 47th annual boat show.
Wow.
The poster to double check that. Been doing it for quite some time now. But it starts Friday afternoon, 3 till dusk. Saturday from, I think it's 9 till dusk. And then Sunday from 10 until we wrap up about 2 o'clock. But we'll have about 40, give or take about 40 boats in the water, and anywhere from 30 to 40 boats on land, some land displays. And by all this is, when you say Antique and Boats and Classic Boat Society, people think, oh, we're not in that class. Come on out.
Yeah.
We've got people from all different types that bring their boats out, and the one thing they all have in common is they love talking about their boats. By all means, ask some questions if you're out on the pier and you see somebody down by their boat and you have a question, by all means ask a question. They love talking about it. They'll be happy to explain how it was restored or where it was restored or if it's original, the backstory on it. And then we also have a lot of kids activities. On Friday, we have McClurg is doing a kind of a Lincoln Logs building block kind of thing for the kids. And then Saturday is a lot of fun. We have the junior judging competition where we have somebody that will take the kids out to about 4 boats and they will judge the boats and decide which ones they like the best.
Kids like the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
the kids like the best. So the kids get to vote. And this is kids that are from 2 to 12. It's we see it. That's one of my favorite parts. We give them a nice shirt, so they get a shirt and a hat, so everybody knows that they are junior judges. And to get out of their way, they've got an important job to do. And at the end of it, they get there on the gazebo and announce who won that. And then when they finish with that, we have boat painting, and this is all free. We have wooden boats that are about 8 or 9 inches long, and the kids can paint them in any color and decorate them and take them home with them.
So you mentioned it's all free. How's that possible?
And it's all free. We have a wonderful gentleman, Dick Sherwood, who has been in our club in our chapter for, probably 40 years, 35, 40
Is there a
years.
relation to the Sherwood Inn, Sherwood?
It's not a relation to
Oh,
the
wow.
Sherwood
That's
Inn.
interesting, though.
He's up in Rochester. He's actually a Kodak engineer.
Gotcha.
And retired. And he has been building these boats for we figured about 12 years. And we think we got it up to he's built about 2,100 of these boats.
Wow.
Over 2,000. Because every year we give away about 100 to 150 boats.
It's amazing.
And if we have them also, the kids can take them home, and if one of the kids can't make it.
Yep.
So, and we love giving them out, so they have something to do. On Sunday, the library has an activity. I'm not sure what that.
A crafting
A
activity.
crafting activity.
Okay.
But it's free. There's something for the kids the whole time. There will also be a 10-foot-long mini tugboat on a trailer on the land display that, unlike a lot of the boats where they tell you don't touch, don't do this, don't do that, this one is jump on in,
Get right in.
ring the bell, honk the horn, take pictures, do whatever you'd like. So there's a lot of fun and displays. And again, the land displays, anybody will be happy to explain what they have. And
July 25th through 27th at the end of the month. We went up last year. And again, it wasn't like you got to get a ticket and, make this big plan. We just came up a few hours early for dinner, and, the place was hopping, of course, and we just walked along the pier and saw the boats, talked to a few boat owners. I think there was I don't remember exactly what the band name was, but there was a band playing at the bandstand that was great. And just a lot of people everywhere enjoying the weather and the great boats, and it was really cool. And when you talk about antique or classic boats, well, I guess I should ask you, what's the difference? Why wouldn't it just be the classic boat show? Why is it antique and classic? What's the difference?
Well, they decided to group them into categories, and I have to read a little bit, but
Okay.
the antique boats, let me get this in a little bit. There we go. Are built before, hang on a second, excuse me. Antique boats are built before 1919.
Okay.
The classic boats are 1919 to 1942. Boats from 43 to 1979 are classic. Excuse me.
Okay.
The ones before antique
So from 42 and up, classic.
is classic.
Prior to that, antique.
Correct.
And it doesn't matter like what materials are used, because the majority of boats are actually wood boats that I've noticed when I came up for the festival.
Correct. Almost all the antique boats are wooden because that's what was available.
Right.
The classic boats, some of the late classic boats are fiberglass, and you will see a few fiberglass boats there. And then we also have contemporary and late contemporary, which are contemporary is 1980 to 1999, and Lake Contemporaries 1999 to present. So they will be fiberglass.
So cool to see the attention to detail and the care in the restorations, because a lot of these were, most all of them at some point had to have some sort of restoration.
Most of them do. There are some that are original, though, that have not been, they've been kept up, but for the most part, they've just been revarnished, refinished a little bit, but that's it. But there are several of them that have been restored, and that can be painstaking. Yes, I can tell you firsthand.
And anybody, everybody that was around that last year during the boat show last year was just such a great mood. I just remember the weather was great. There was just everybody happy, excited to see the different boats. Kids were really excited.
Yes.
Kids really, get excited about they like this boat or that boat, and yeah, just an awesome way to spend an afternoon. And again, you can get lunch, you can get dinner. Just a great scene in Skaneateles. And then there's a parade, right? At some point, isn't there a big parade?
Correct. At 3 p.m. on Saturday, we have a parade of the boats where we drive them slowly through the right in front of the seawall right there at Cliff Park. So you can get a real up-close view of the boats. They just go by slowly and wave to everybody. I know we love it being the boat drivers, and you can get right up. All the people can see you, can take great pictures, and it's a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. An awesome event. And again, you have the Curbstone Festival, Sidewalk sales on July 10th through 12th, and then the Antique and Classic Boat Show on July 25th through 27th. Of course, if you happen to want to go to Skaneateles on the weekends in between, whether that be one or two, yeah, there'd be one weekend in between. This weekend's July 4th. It really doesn't matter. It's always got that festival feel this time of year, with the downtown storefronts having stuff out in front, and just a lot of people enjoying the lake. You're downtown Skaneateles right on the north end of the lake there, which makes it really unique compared to a lot of other communities that in the Finger Lakes that don't have their downtown right there on the north end of the lake. So it is pretty awesome. M&T Bank a big sponsor this year?
M&T is our flagship sponsor, and we thank them. They're a very generous donor to keep the show going. We have some other ones, but they're our lead sponsor.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. So, Hilary, you're involved in obviously both events and every event, in Skaneateles, Dickens Christmas, you name it. Yep. So is this a busy time of year for you?
I say that Skaneateles is beautiful all year round, but the summer is when it's the most beautiful, and it really shows. People want to come out. They want to enjoy the lake. There's swimming right in Cliff Park, so people are able to buy a pass right there. $5 per person. You're able to use the swim area. I would just double check with the town for its exact hours, but there's also mid-lakes to get out on the water and really go out and enjoy. For people planning their trip around the boat show, like I said earlier, there is a free shuttle. Definitely take advantage of that, especially if you're not familiar with Skaneateles or you're not coming first thing in the morning.
So if you wanted to do that, that's only during these festivals, or is that?
It's only during these festivals. So.
And you would put in your Google GPS, the high school.
The Skaneateles High School, and there are 2 paved lots that are just down from the high school, pretty much right across from Leach Ave. Both of those are walkable, so if you don't mind walking, it's about a 5-minute walk into the village, or there will be a shuttle running. So we've got information on that right on our website at skaneateles.com. But as you plan your trip, just make note of all the things that are happening during the boat show. Paul really did a great job mentioning there are so many family-friendly events. We also have music all 3 days of the boat show. So the community band concert on Friday. We've got Julie Howard and Bob Purin on Saturday from 12 to 3:15. And then on Sunday morning, we've got Sodash 6 coming for some Dixieland really wonderful musical entertainment. So there's a lot to do. And yet, just to recount what Paul said, it's all possible because of M&T Bank. This event is fully free. We hope that you support our ship store, that you buy a poster that was featured earlier. We've got those for sale, and we'll have raffle tickets with some amazing prizes from Mirbeau, from Mackenzie Childs, Sherwood Inn, and a lot more. But, so we hope that you support. But if you're looking for something fun to do, come on out and enjoy. There's no cost to be in the park and to see the boats and enjoy the music.
That's one of the nice things about it, is you can just wander in in. You don't need a ticket. You can spend as little or as much as you want, and still just enjoy the scene and have a good time. If you take a look at that poster again, Paul, real quick there. So you can actually purchase one of these, and that would look good framed in your lakeside cottage, whether you're on Cuba or Seneca or Skaneateles or Owasco, whatever lake you're at. That would make a nice little addition. In the 47th annual, Paul. So we're 3 years away from 50.
Yes.
Which will be a pretty big deal, I'm assuming.
It will be. I'm not sure what exactly we're going to come up with, but we're going to have to come up with something.
Still some time.
It will be wonderful. We've done this before. Try to get some of the boats that were in the very first couple shows.
Oh wow!
To come back.
Do you have any long timers that were there that you can count on every year that have been there for 40 years?
Not quite 40, I don't think, but we've got a lot of people that have been here for 10, 20 years. There are some that kind of come in a circuit. They don't come every year, but they come every 4 or 5 years. That kind of.
How
thing.
far away do some of these boat owners come?
We get people from Maine, from Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia. We've gotten some. I think there's one this year coming from South Carolina.
Nice.
It's just amazing how far they'll go, and especially trailering a boat like that where you want to be so careful with it. Right. So it's really amazing. A couple from Florida, I think, last year. So they travel quite far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But again, if you go check it out, you'll see why they would travel, because it really is something. It's one of the premier, I think, weekend events in all the Finger Lakes. You have some of your signature events. I think the Skaneateles Antique Classic Boat Show has definitely become one of those. And I'm sure I'm going to try to make my way up that weekend too, but also next weekend for the Curbstone Festival Sidewalk sales. And you're right, if you can get there on Thursday, you're probably going to get the best selection, because sometimes people get so excited that things start to sell out early, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I recommend that if you love shopping in Skaneateles and you have your favorite stores, make sure to make your way over Thursday morning. I would say, get there and be ready to shop right at 9. Otherwise, it really is a wonderful chance to kind of slow down and spend time with friends and family. One of my favorite things to do once you've shopped till you drop is you can drop in Cliff Park and grab a drink from one of our local spots, coffee or tea or whatever it may be, and sit by the lake and just watch all the people and the boats. And it's really a wonderful place to be, and it's a nice place to slow down and just enjoy your time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And speaking about favorite stores, I made a short list of my favorite dishes at local Skaneateles, because we do get up there quite a bit. And I don't want to necessarily leave anybody out, because we've eaten everywhere over the years up there. But the stuff that makes me get excited and want to go with the dishes, I'm going to run them down here. First of all, I like the chicken scallopine at Rosalie's. Now, Rosalie's is incredible. Everything on the menu is good, but that's usually my go-to there. Hidden Fish is new. Come one of our favorites. If you like sushi, wow, they do a really good job. And they have a cod special once in a while that's like unbelievable. You think cod, what's the big deal about cod? Well, this is just a different experience with cod. It literally melts in your mouth. And then for dessert, they have ginger ice cream, which is like unbelievable. They sprinkle some fried ginger on top, but look forward to that. Doug's. Always, sometimes I don't get the ginger ice cream after dinner, we'll go to the window and get a vanilla milkshake. Love the vanilla milkshake at Doug's, along with the fish dinner with the onion rings. I like the onion rings. Doug's is unbelievable, what they've done. And they actually bring a food truck out here, our way, like once a month maybe. They park it. They go all over. Ate at the Krebs 2 weeks ago. The Krebs, really, I hadn't eaten there. Well, I've eaten there a couple times, but prior to that, it had been maybe 30 or 40 years. I went there for Mother's Day brunch once when I was maybe 12 years old. So we finally made it back, and I had the duck breast with a cherry sauce. And it's like, I love a good duck breast. I love cherry sauce, and this is like the quintessential duck with cherry sauce dish at the Krebs. And if you like wine, they have this unbelievable wine list and a sommelier there. And they just the feeling, when we went, actually it was last week, people eating out on the porch, walking up and down, just beautiful. Pizza at Gilda's is great. Geez. The Elephant and the Dove, if you like Mexican food, is good. No reservations there, though. You got to go put your name in, and they'll get you in. Moro's, I can't remember. Kitchen. Moro's Tables in Auburn, which we like to go there as well. But Moro's Kitchen in Skaneateles is also fantastic. They have great pizzas and great. I like the Italian food there. Chef Ed Morrow's really done a great job with both those restaurants. So that's just a sampling. I didn't even mention the Sherwood and many other places that we love to eat. But
and Jim, I don't know if you know, but in the past few years at the Sherwood, they've been doing jazz on the lawn and a lot of lawn
I've
events.
seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so you could go and sit on the lawn and enjoy a meal out there. They've got like a little bar in the back. So if you love being outdoors and eating outdoors, that's about as close as you can get to the lake. So that's
right
a really
across
nice
the street, you can
option,
see
too.
the lake,
Yeah,
beautiful lawn,
great view.
Sherwood Historic Building. It's really fantastic. Everything about Skaneateles is just fantastic. So, if anything, you just don't know where to choose. You can only, unless you want to eat 2 dinners, you have to make a choice. And these are, just love going up there. She also mentioned that I think in a couple weeks we're having someone in from Mirbeau because they're having a big anniversary this year. It's not next week. It might be the week after, Paul. I think it's the week after. So, what a business they've built there. Great spa. So, Skaneateles is great. We love it. Appreciate you guys coming in. Once again, it's the Curbstone Festival Sidewalk Sale, July 10th through 12th, next weekend. Antique and Boat Show at the end of the month, July 25th through 27th. Both great excuses to come up and spend the day in Skaneateles, without a doubt. So appreciate you coming in, Paul. Good luck with the 47th edition of the Antique and Classic Boat Show. And Hilary, obviously my affinity for Skaneateles, it must be you're doing a great job, is head of the chamber, right?
Well, thank you, Jim. We appreciate you having us. And yeah, we don't like to be bored. So we're having a great July.
Yep, you'll never be bored in Skaneateles. I can tell you that. So, check them out. Once again, July 10th through 12th, Curbstone Festival Sidewalk Sales. Show up early, spend your day in Skaneateles. A lot of great vendors, a lot of great stores and shop owners. And then at the end of the month, Antique and Classic Boat Show. Bring the kids. So many great activities for kids, as we discussed earlier. And also just a great way to spend the afternoon, early evening on the lake, seeing some of these great classic and antique boats. It's just great. It's what summer in the Finger Lakes is all about. So appreciate you guys coming in, and thanks everybody for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, click like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back next week. We'll have the president and co-owner of Fox Run Vineyards, Scott Osborne, in studio. It's their 35th anniversary. A lot of these wineries and are having big milestone anniversaries because the industry's kind of matured now, and Fox Run, one of the old guard, the originals, 35 years. So congratulations to them. Scott Osborne will be here next Wednesday to talk all about it. So until then, enjoy the holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July, everybody, right here in the Finger Lakes.